Hey, good morning guys. I'm the Tech Prepper. Hope you're all doing well. I'm actually getting over a cold, so apologies for what I sound like. I'm out here in the Tonto National Forest, a little over a mile into my hike, and I'm trying to test a new potential Manpack system based on my Eberlestock FAC Track. And I want to use it as the platform to essentially hold a 4-foot to 8-foot painter's mast, so I can put a higher gain antenna, specifically my II Yagi. Inside the pack, I'm running the FTM-6000 in the Manpack, but Seth from ARMOLOQ sent me a prototype, and it is a relocation head mount for the FTM-6000. So I have an umbilical cord system that's running out of the pack, and I will mount the head unit again on the Eberlestock FAC Track, since that will be the platform. I've also never tested the CF20 Toughbook yet out in the field. We'll test that. We'll do some WinLink, and then I have MCOM tools running with a small data set, and I want to see if I can use the map to find a distant station, orient the antenna at its bearing using the data coming back from MCOM tools, and see how we do. All right, guys, got about another mile to go. We'll see you up there. All right, I'm about 2 miles into the hike, and I thought I would chat about some of the use cases for this because it does seem somewhat impractical. So, out here in the Sonoran Desert, our soil is very tough, and it's very difficult to even guy out things like my carbon fiber mast with a wire antenna. The high gain Yagi is quite heavy in comparison to what I would normally run for a fiberglass mast. Could not support it. So the ability to have a backpack like this, where I could run a sturdy mast and run a heavy antenna or heavier antenna, is something I want to solve. And I primarily want to use this for my wilderness public service events when in a remote location. So have a little bit more power in the radio, have a better antenna, have a decent mast, and I bring with me all of the infrastructure that includes the mounting gear. The other use case here is this year on the channel we're going to be doing modifications to my 2016 Jeep JK. And we're going to put a E-bar system in there with some RAM mounts, and we're going to mount the FTM-6000 and the relocation head unit and the Panasonic Toughbook in there as a semi-permanent option to be able to go from pack to the vehicle pretty quickly, and just kind of curious to see how the relocation head mount works. So kind of testing a little bit of everything. And then on the MCOM tool side, I am really focused on the user interface, and I want to be able to easily perform all the modes of operation that I need to with one click, or maybe 2 or 3 at the most. And that includes performing actions while driving as well. I know, kind of dangerous, but whatever. All right, see you guys up there. All right, folks, lots of wind noise here, so I'm just gonna pan over to the pack. It is freestanding, and I'm gonna take out the Yagi 2 and get that all set up. Went horizontal, so we're not doing SSB, gotta rotate this around. All right, other than that snafu of putting it horizontally polarized the first time, now I just need to drop the feed line on it. All right, so there was a little bit of lean, mostly because of the winds up here, but very happy with it being self-supporting. All right, now I just got to connect the control head. Let's get on the air. All right, so let's take a look at how I have this wired. So the radio is inside the pack. I have the mic cord, the USB for digital, and then the RJ45 here coming out of the pack for the control head mount. And here is the remote head. I put some Velcro straps on there. And yeah, I'm just going to connect this with the Velcro straps to the MOLLE. All right, folks, apologies about the wind. All right, so the cool thing about this system is that I can turn this to whatever bearing I want. And that's roughly the bearing to a station down in Phoenix. All right, moment of truth. Will it power on? 14.2 volts. And let's go ahead. Oh, we're getting the station. All right, I'm going to go ahead and go to high power. Actually, medium power is fine, 25 watts. Perfect. All right, let's give this a go. Fix the hat. This is KT1RUN Mountaintop Portable. Wondering if any stations can come back to me with a quick signal report. The call here is KT1RUN. KE7 SQR, go ahead.
KE7 FQR, Gaston, this is Rick in Apache Junction.
Oh wow, hey Rick, this is the same Rick that I met at the Hamfest not too long ago. Back to you.
That's correct. A real strong signal. I'm just leaving my QTH in Apache Junction. I'm heading south towards Tucson on mobile.
Yeah, that's fantastic. You're gonna love this video and this new Manpack build. It is quite literally a 8-foot painter's pole sticking out of my Eberlestock FAC Track with a relocation head mount running off of the MOLLE straps. So perfect timing. Hope I can use this on my YouTube video. Back to you, Rick.
Roger, sounds interesting. I'm headed down towards about 40 miles south of Tucson to meet with my son. We're going bow hunting for mule deer.
Anyways, I'm loving this new setup. Very cool stuff. I'm gonna get the CF20 out here in a second. All right, guys, I met some people up here, so just want to show you an active WinLink session going on. We've got the Tough Book on the ground, the USB cable coming out of the umbilical cord system, and we're pointing at, not quite the direction we want to go in. The wind knocked us around, but we're connected to a station over in the White Tanks, easily more than 40 miles away from our location. All right, I'll check in later, guys. All right, guys, I'm going to keep this short. Sorry, I got tied up with some locals that I met out here, and he was telling me about all of the cool ruins in this area. I knew most of them, learned a few, but we did actually have a successful WinLink connection, and we got one here from Dennis, AD6DM. So I have to read that email a bit, but so far everything today was a success. So on the way back, we'll talk about the after action report. All right, guys, I'm headed back right now. Sorry about the interruption. There was a really nice couple that is local to this area as well, and we were just kind of exchanging different hiking tips and points of interest. So let's talk about what we did today. I actually found this experiment to be very successful and something I'm going to try again and probably tweak just a little bit. The Eberlestock FAC Track felt absolutely amazing, even with this 4-foot painter's pole sticking out the side. The mounting bracket, which came from Arrow, is a bracket that I've been using on my 23-foot painter's pole at the house, and the only issue I had there was that the threads didn't go far enough, so I couldn't lock the wing nuts. So before I left the house, I put on about 4 washers on each side, solved that problem. The ability for the pack to hold its weight and provide a base absolutely worked. There was one point where there were high winds, and all I did was pick up the pack with the 8-foot pole deployed already with the antenna, moved it about 5 feet next to a rock, solved that problem. And that was right before the wind link test. The setup was pretty quickly, assuming I put the boom in the correct polarization, depending on which mode I want to operate. But it didn't take more than 4 minutes to set it up. Same thing, takedown took about 4 minutes. I was on the fence about whether the relocation head would be a viable option with the umbilical cord. I love it. It's actually kind of nice to have the head unit that high up, given where the pack sits on the floor. It was really nice, kind of secure and sturdy with the Velcro straps. Even running the USB cable, I have a 3-foot cable coming off of the DigiLink Nano. I was afraid that that cable would get disconnected. It didn't, and that WindLink session went through really quickly. Got a couple of emails. One was from Dennis 86DM. He's the guy who does the Random Thoughts podcast. Check him out, fantastic stuff. So had some good signal reports. Didn't really use MCOM tools today, mostly because I had some contacts so far out on the repeater system that I really just didn't feel like playing with that today, given all the wind. But there'll be plenty of testing on that front coming up. So with that said, I think this was a success. What do you guys think? Don't ask me about the weight in the pack. I have a cheap Chinese scale, and this year, unfortunately, I can't run the channel at a loss. So unless it's critical, I'm gonna try to keep the spending down. But the pack feels good to me. I've talked at length about this Eberlestock FAC Track. It's designed in a way where even with the higher loads, I really don't notice any discomfort. And with my fitness level, it's fine. So I plan to use this at my next wilderness event because the system is completely enclosed. And I also have the ability to have all my support gear, sleep system, water, food, medical, all that jazz. All right, I'm the Tech Prepper. Be strong, be safe, and be prepared. And I apologize about all the, what I sound like and all the wind. Take care, guys. Oh, one more thing. No, the radio did not overheat in the Manpack inside of the bag. I checked the temperature right at the end after the digital WindLink session, which is probably upwards of 50% duty cycle, if not more, and low temperature. So, not a big deal. All right, guys. Catch you next time.